Hey guys, welcome back to ESL with Liz. Today's lesson I wanted to continue talking about silent letters in English pronunciation. I have a video on silent E and I have a video on silent A, B, and C. For this lesson, I wanted to talk about G, H, and K. Silent G, silent H, and silent K. First, if we're talking about silent G, the rule is if it's before an in, it's silent, before an in. So for example, in the word sign, S-I-G-N, it's right before the N. So we don't make a sound for the G. You only hear the N, sign, right? I don't say sign, I just say sign. I don't hear a G sound. Another example, foreign. If you're learning English, you might be a foreigner, but the G before the N does not make a sound. I'm only hearing in, right? And next one, H, silent H. When do we use silent H? So here, when it's at the beginning of a word, for example, honest. I don't say the H sound, right? I don't say honest, I say honest. Another example, hour. Here, it's at the beginning of the word, and I don't pronounce it. Now these you just kind of have to learn, because sometimes I do pronounce H at the beginning. For example, hello, right? You hear the H sound. But for some words, you don't use the H sound at the beginning of the word. Another example is after C. This is another tricky one because sometimes we do use it after C when we make a ch sound. But when we want to use a k sound, we don't say the H. For example, echo. You don't hear an H, echo. Another example, anchor. I didn't say the H sound and I didn't use ch. If I use ch, I'd say anchor, but we don't say that. We say anchor and I only hear the k sound. And last, we'll use it when it's after G or R. For example, ghost. You don't hear an H sound, you just hear the g sound. Another, for R, rhyme. Rhyming words, right? I don't say rhyme, I just say rhyme. I only have the R sound. And lastly, I want to talk about silent K. Silent K is just like silent G. It's if it comes before an N. So in this example, knee, right? I don't hear a K sound, which would be knee, just knee. Another example, knife. I don't hear a K sound, I just hear the N sound. I hope this helps and you guys have a great day. Thanks for joining.